All right, Jared Dotson talking to you again from the Garage Game Series. I want to address the judges on 13-4. So we've got a clean ladder this time, 3 clean and jerks. Guys weight 135, ladies weight 95, then they're going to go to toes to bar. So I want to talk about some of the faults we're going to see during the course of this workout. If you're interested in taking some additional classes on judges, the Garage Games Series has a judging seminar that we are taking around the country. You can check it out at thegaragegames.com, or you can reach out to me at jared@thegaragegames.com and I can give you more information. If you're interested in hosting one, let me know. So I got Brett helping me out today. He's going to be demonstrating the clean and jerks. So the first thing we're going to be doing for the standards of this particular movement, the barbell is going to start at the ground, 3, 2, 1, go. We've got to get it to the shoulder and then show controlled lockout at the top. So all the body parts over the top. So we'll see a couple of clean reps. You'll notice it's going to take the bar, get to his shoulders, and then get it overhead. The standards, you can drop it there, sir. The standards say you can get the bar overhead anyway. So you can do a strict press, you can do a push press, or you can do a push jerk. Getting the bar from the ground to overhead, we can't see any bounce on a touch and go type situation. Barbell's got to come to a full stop, and it cannot bounce back up before you start back into the next clean. Some of the faults that we're going to see, we're going to be very similar to the faults we saw in 13-2 with the push press or the shoulder to overhead. We're going to see a situation where maybe they do not come to full extension with the arms at the top of the reps. So let's see a couple of those. I think most of the problems we're going to see are going to end up being with the jerk. So you'll notice he's not quite fully beaten. You don't have to pause because that's brutal. So you can see he didn't reach full extensions on the jerk. Do a couple more just so we can see it. There you go. From a positioning standpoint, you're going to want to stand at almost at an angle or beside them to kind of get that full extension. You're going to want to see them to the shoulder and then lock out overhead. So you're going to want to be standing at somewhat of an angle or beside them so that you can get that good angle. Another issue we're going to see is with the knees. So when the athlete starts getting tired, he's going to start having problems reaching that full lockout on the jerk with his knees. So what probably will happen is he'll get it locked out overhead, but not come to a full extension with the knees. See a couple of those. And then he recovers it before he reaches that full lockout. Give me a couple of quick reps, 3 reps maybe, just do some falls. Going to be something we see a lot, where he thinks he's got it locked out, and then he recovers the bar before he actually reaches full extension on the knees. Be careful in that. Give them cues. Tell them to stand it all the way up. Lock your knees out. Get full extension. All of those things are good cues that you can give to the athlete to get them to stand it all the way up. So we're going to go over here to the toes to bar. So after we do 3 of these, we're going to come over here and do 3 toes to bar. Kathy's going to help us out on this. The standard with this, and one thing I want to make sure you do, if you are a judge, have a box. For me, it has to be a tall box. Put your hand on the bar, because this is going to help us, as a judge, see and feel when she hits the bar. One of the things we talk about in the judging seminar is using every sense that we have to make sure that we're judging accurately. So in this particular situation, I want to make sure that she's actually hitting the bar with both feet at the same time, which is the standard for the movement. So she's got to reach full extension at the bottom of the movement. So we've got to have full lockout of the arms and the shoulders. And then she's got to come up and touch the bar with both feet in between her hands. Let's see a couple of clean reps. You will also notice that her feet come behind her body. That's another standard, thank you, ma'am, that we've got to make sure and take into consideration. Now, some faults that we're going to see here, and she loves me because I'm going to make her do a couple more of these. One, the feet do not come all the way through from behind. So the feet stop ahead of time. So what I'm going to ask you to do is stop yourself before your feet come all the way back and then come back up. That was a good clean rep. Oh, she still has to do a good clean rep. So what that's going to look like is something like this. And I missed that one. So it's tough to do. You're usually going to see that with folks that have a heavy gymnastics background. That's how they learn to do a kipping toes to bars. Another big fault we're going to see is when the feet come outside the hands. So let's see what it looks like with the feet coming outside the hands. There you go. Yeah, just one more. You see this a lot of times with folks that don't have good flexibility in their hamstrings. I'm going to call them Brett's. Brett used to do, can come demonstrate this. Brett used to do his toes to bar this way until we found out that he couldn't do it that way. So he would, and you'll notice he's having a hard time reaching full extension at the bottom as well. You'll see that with some folks that they just kind of keep that arm in that flex. Oh, hit my head. So make sure you get to full extension on that, full extension on the arms, and feet have to touch between the hands at the same time. Keep your hand on the bar, and that will also help you make sure when they touch that you can actually feel the touch. So if you have any questions, hit me up at The Garage Games on Twitter or Jared at thegaragegames.com, and we'll see you next week for 13.5. Thanks.